We will call her Paula. At 17, she already has a 1-year-old child. When I met her in May, she was a few days away from giving birth to her second. She doesn't plan to keep the baby this time. She recently separated from her live-in partner. She has decided to give the baby away and has turned to Facebook to search for parents looking to adopt.
Nakakatulong po siya dahil din sa sa mga taong hirap din sa buhay na hindi kayang alagaan yung anak katulad ko. May kasulatan na pumapayag po ako na magpaampon. Tapos pumapayag din po sila mag-ampon na sasagutin yung bills at check-up ko. Ganun po. Tapos pirmahan na po.
In the Philippines, the popular social media platform has been used for years now to facilitate the illegal adoption of babies.
Nagagalit ako sa sarili ko kasi bakit ko gagawin yun? Siyempre sa akin bilang ina, sobrang hirap. Pero kung iniisip mo naman yung kapakanan ng anak mo, bakit hindi? Kung sa iba po, papaampun mo po. Mabibigyan nila ng magandang buhay yung bata.
The Department of Social Welfare and Development, or DSWD, sounded the alarm back in 2017, but the problem persists.
I myself, ako mismo nag-search ako ng mga Facebook pages at meron nga talaga. I beg all of you not to patronize illegal adoption because this is an act of trafficking in persons and you will be held liable under the law. Of course, pag nagbebenta ka online, hindi natin alam kung anong gagawin nila dun sa mga bata. Hindi na pwedeng child trafficking, child abuse, child labor, or sexual abuse.
NACC, or the National Authority for Child Care, is an agency attached to the DSWD, in charge of domestic and intercountry adoption. The Philippine Center for Investigative Journalism easily found at least 17 Facebook groups engaged in the illegal trafficking of babies. A quick scroll will show hundreds of posts and comments of people offering babies for adoption or those looking for a baby to adopt. Some are so crass, it's as if people are talking about items for sale on online shops. One Facebook group pretended to promote legal adoption by citing laws and warning against fraudulent acts. But a closer look will show posts of the group's administrators asking netizens for 500 pesos if they want to get ahead of the line to buy a baby. The Facebook pages lure couples desperate to adopt, like Luis and Nancy, who say adopting a child through DSWD takes so long.
Kung hindi pa kami magpapalo, wala kami update from them. Sobrang dami nilang requirements. Tapos lahat ng requirements nila, babalik-balik sa amin kasi biglang may kulang na ganito, kulang na ganyan. So simula pa lang hindi nila i-state yun lahat.
Tagal yung proseso. Yung iba nga po, umaabot ng 7 years, hindi pa rin na-adopt yung bata.
Dr. Antonia C., a member of the NACC Child Placement Committee, says various factors may contribute to the delay.
If you happen to be in a small municipality, a city, where there are not as many family courts, the adoptions have to be done by special courts where the judges are really familiar. So kung hindi ka makakuha ng schedule, things like that, that can also delay. And some parents, they find a lawyer who's not experienced in adoption, so hindi siya marunong, hindi niya alam yung proseso.
C also says the adoption process can take long if parents do not have documents such as the child's birth certificate or if they look for too many qualifications in a baby.
O gusto ko boy, gusto ko girl, gusto ko ganito, dapat yung IQ ng birth mother ganito, APGAR score, which is ridiculous. These are the kinds of adoptive parents who have not overcome the grief of not being able to have biological children, infertility grief. So they're trying to create a dream child.
C emphasizes that despite the horror stories, it's possible to adopt a child in less than 9 months if a person is serious about it, can gather all the documents needed, and is not picky. Luis and Nancy warn of scams on Facebook, which have victimized many couples who had grown impatient with government requirements for adoption. Nancy only had to do a Google search to find Facebook pages offering quick adoptions. They met a woman 7 months pregnant whom they thought would make their family complete.
Na-rape lang siya ng boss niya. So sobrang awang-awa kami kasi talagang hindi siya nanghihingi ng money since day one, So yun pa lang parang hindi talaga after sa money. Talagang gusto niya lang ma-dispatch itong baby na to.
Luis and Nancy met the woman personally and accompanied her to checkups. She even handed them a copy of her ultrasound, medical records, and IDs to get their trust. But things started to go amiss a few weeks before the baby was expected to arrive.
Nagsunod-sunod yung hingi niya ng money kasi nawalan siya ng dugo. Diba? Tapos kailangan niya ng vitamins. So kami naman, sige, padala kasi kailangan ng baby. Tapos yung nung week, yung week niya na June na yun, hindi na siya nagparamdam at all.
It turned out to be a scam. The woman got 20,000 pesos from Luis and Nancy. They were able to get 15,000 pesos back after they exposed her on the Facebook adoption pages. One netizen said they lost 100,000 pesos to this woman.
Sobrang heartbreaking. Ang daming heartbreak.
After more than a year of waiting, the DSWD alerted Luis and Nancy in December 2022 that they had found a baby for them. But that didn't mean they could pick up the child. They still needed to jump a couple more hoops. The couple thanked the social worker and said they were no longer interested. They had adopted a baby from an acquaintance. Estrada says a new law, Republic Act 11642, or the Domestic Administrative Adoption and Alternative Childcare Act, should make legal adoption easier by doing away with court petitions for adoption. What usually took years can now be finished within 6 to 9 months if parents who wish to adopt have all their requirements. But the lack of social workers remains a problem.
Talagang kulang kami sa social workers. Ang plano ko sana is to get one social worker, at least one social worker per LGU na adoption lang ang tututukan.
Meta, the company that owns Facebook, has denounced the illegal trade of babies. The social media giant says it has removed the Facebook groups that PCIJ had found and reported. But new pages can be easily created.